You actually mentioned that you had negative churn for the last 2 months. How does that happen?
It's magic. I have this wand and I just wave it over the computer and it magically makes it negative churn.
There you go. That was the answer I expected.
Yeah. Last year, matter of fact, 6 months out of last year was negative churn, which is just exciting. So 2 years ago, we hired a customer support person. We call them customer stewardship people because we believe that they're stewarding our customers and whatnot and taking care of them, not just supporting them. They're actually coming alongside. And she has great leadership experience. And so I asked her if she'd be willing to serve at least half-time in customer support, but half-time in a CX role. With the idea of, with a customer experience person, how could they intentionally be looking at flight risk? And so we created a spreadsheet and a score of utilization, particularly of our product, to determine what was the last time they were there. Has it been more than 30 days? When was the last time they created a work order in our system? When was the last time they had an event in our work order? And it creates a score for them. And a low score means high churn risk. So part of our role is to reach out to those people and say, do you need more training? Is there something else that we can help you do? We notice you haven't been in the system for 3 or 4 months, which for some people that's kind of creepy. Big brother looking over your shoulder. But the other thing that we started doing intentionally was, what can we do to get expansion revenue? What can we do to upgrade? And so, the last 2 months, we've generated almost as much new expansion revenue as we have net new revenue from new customers.
Wow.
And so our expansion revenue has exceeded churn, which is what negative churn is. And so when we calculate churn is a math equation. It's not just people that dropped you. It's people that change their subscription downward as well. Because that's a form of churn too. You've lost revenue. They're still there, but you've lost revenue. So we take actual loss customers plus the downgrades and then divide it against the amount of upgrades and expansion. And we're negative churn, which means our net retention rate is like 100.25. So we're retaining more than we started the month with. So we did a churn analysis of the last 3 years. I wanted to know, why did people churn and what's the commonality? And in this, particularly since we did the pricing change, we've had more than our share of churn. But again, churn's irrelevant if you've got expansion revenue that's making up for it. Because the churn that we've had has 3 common factors. Most of them were our lowest tiered customers. And so they were cheap to begin with, and $1 increase would have sent them over the edge, let alone having to go from $60 to $120. The second was, there's a high preponderance of those that were paying monthly. We charge a 20% premium if you want to pay monthly. So our pricing on the website is X dollars per month paid annually, which was a big change for us a few years ago. We were always monthly. We've gone to the annual as being our bottom price, if you will, which really helps cash flow when you get that annual payment. So I know some of the folks in StartupSauce do an annual contract, but they collect it monthly. We get them to pay annually upfront.
So you get the cash up front. And so rather than discounting the annual, you actually charge a premium for the monthly, correct?
Yeah. So again, bottom tier, a lot of them were paying monthly, and the majority of them abandoned our onboarding process.
Okay.
That's one of the other things that got really sticky for us, Ryan, is when we moved to a mandatory onboarding process and made them pay for it, which blows my mind that people abandon an onboarding process when they've paid anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for it up front. Wow. Even if they pay monthly, they have to pay the onboarding fee up front.
And they don't get a refund for that money either. It's gone. And they didn't show up to the onboarding. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, so our onboarding is broken up into 2 or 3 different sessions, and they might show up for one, but then they just ghost us on all the others. Well, at that point in time, there are high churn rates. We know that they're not going to survive. And that of the high churn that we've had the last 3 months, they almost all fit into that bucket. But we've had such an increase in people going from $60 a month to $360 a month because they saw the value in it and they wanted the added features that is more than offset.
Hey, it's Ryan here. If you liked that video, please click the like and subscribe button somewhere down there and check out the full interview right over here. Go on, click it. You know you want to.